In Washington in 1983, local Korean Americans protest against the South Korean president. He governs without democracy, which is why there are protests. To show their seriousness, they make an image of him and set it ablaze. Chief Kim, the head of the domestic unit, orders Chief Park, the head of the foreign unit, to do something about the angry protesters because the president will be arriving anytime soon. Director Khan is having a little meeting with the CIA director for East Asia about the president's dictatorship when they get the news that there are some people planning to assassinate the president when he approaches the building. Immediately, the CIA orders their agents to go after them, and they also rightly prompt the president to stop his car from getting any further. The assassins, seeing that they have been caught, quickly set to move out of the building. Chief Kim and Chief Park alongside the CIA agents all start to pursue the assassins. Soon, a shootout begins and Chief Kim spots one of the assassins escaping. Chief Kim immediately goes after him, and some agents also follow him on the other side. Chief Kim appears behind him a minute later and shoots him dead. The other assassin hears them approaching and runs into the dressing room. When the agents open the door, he shoots all of them dead and also throws an explosive towards Chief Park when he tries going after him. Chief Park still goes after him, and unfortunately, the assassin gets hold of him and threatens to kill him if they make a move. Chief Park makes a move and Chief Kim kills the assassin. Chief Park didn't want him dead because he wanted information from him, but Chief Kim explains that he could have died too. In South Korea, the citizens are also protesting against the president's dictatorship. The military try to stop them, but they persist, so they throw tear gas at them and beat them up. Yoo-young on her way home from school sees some of her mates locked up in a cage and frees them. The other students mix up with her, and when the military arrive, they mistake her to be part of the protesters and take her away. Later, Chief Park hears that Yoo-young has been arrested and orders her bail immediately, together with her friends. Chief Park has been taking care of Yoo-young since she was little. Chief Park then goes for her at the station and takes her home. He warns Yoo-young not to join those protesting, but her friends defend her, saying she didn't. She only unlocked them. Chief Park then tells her not to roll with such friends anymore and hands her an envelope to pay for her tuition fees. The next day, Director Khan calls Chief Kim and Chief Park for a meeting. In the meeting, Director Khan mentions that he suspects a Professor Shin for the incident that happened in Washington. He then asks Chief Kim and Chief Park to investigate him and name him as the spy Dong-lim. Chief Kim tries to question him, but he becomes furious and threatens to take their roles if they don't cooperate. Chief Kim and Chief Park go on to investigate Professor Shin. Professor Shin swears that he knows nothing about it and doesn't know who Dong-lim even is. While this is happening, a man riding a bicycle enters a laundry shop and uses the stitches on a white shirt to decode some words and letters. The next day in Tokyo, a named Director Pim from North Korea calls the agency that he knows who Dong-lim is, but before he tells them, he wants the agency to keep both him and his agency safe. He also mentions that there is someone in the agency who is leaking information to Dong-lim. The agency then set out to go for Director Pim and his family. According to their plan, Chief Park will go for Director Pim and Agent Yang will go for Director Pim's wife and daughter, but Agent Yang doesn't go according to the plan. He goes ahead of them to fetch Director Pim instead with the idea of getting information about Dong-lim before letting him in. Agent Yang finds Director Pim at the entrance waiting for him, but he locks the door just when he tries to get inside. Agent Pim then asks Director Pim to tell all that he knows about Dong-lim. He does so, and as soon as the car turns to leave, the North Korean IA sees him and goes after them with gunshots. One of the North Korean men pulls Director Pim out of the car and they all shoot him to death. Agent Yang crushes his car and gets stuck in the middle of the North Koreans. Chief Park hears about Agent Yang's situation and turns back to help him, leaving the mother and daughter. After a long struggle, Chief Park together with his men overpower the North Koreans and leave with Agent Yang. After this incident, Chief Park angrily goes to meet Director Khan and questions him on why he made Agent Yang go on with his own plan, which has left him in coma. Director Khan calls Chief Park disrespectful for questioning him, but to make things worse, Chief Park hands Director Khan an audio recording of all the bribery situations he has been dealing in and tells him to resign before he reveals to the president what he has been doing. Days later, a new director, Arn, is sworn in to replace Director Khan since he resigned. Director Arn then calls Chief Kim aside and orders him to investigate all Chief Park's men. Chief Park hears this and angrily confronts Chief Kim. Suddenly, an emergency situation is reported about a North Korean fighter jet that has entered South Korea. They eventually lay hands on the pilot and bring him to the agency for questioning. While the investigation is ongoing, Director Arn hands Chief Park a sheet of the dates when Dong Lim makes contact in South Korea and asks him to investigate all Chief Kim's men. The pilot hands Chief Kim a sheet to decode, which will lead him to Dong Lim, and adds that a few of his accomplices are in the agency too. Hearing that, Director Arn locks up the agency and instructs Chief Park to investigate everyone before letting them out. The coded sheet is printed and shared amongst all the agents to decode. The decoded message takes them to a minefield where they find a box containing money and some drugs. Somewhere in the town, a group of assassins meet and plan on another mission to kill the South Korean president. They get the intel that the South Korean president will be leaving for Japan on the 6th of the following month. In the decoded message, they find out that a man named Chun, who was the laundry guy we saw earlier, knows about Dong Lim. Chief Kim and his men spy on him until he enters the laundry, and then they attack. Chun kills a few of Chief Kim's men, sets an explosive, and escapes. Chun then meets a woman and hands her an envelope, which she later prints and sends to North Korea's intelligence bureau. At the agency, Chief Kim and his men try to get intel from the pieces of papers they found in the laundry house. Chief Kim's secretary brings him the news that the president has canceled his trip to Japan because of the laundry house incident, but will still go on his Asia tour. He also tells Chief Kim that Chief Park is trying to make everything look like Dong Lim is in their unit. Chief Kim then orders his secretary to put a 24/7 surveillance on Chief Park. Chief Park goes to meet Yu-young later at night. Chief Kim's secretary follows him and listens to all their conversation. Yu-young asks Chief Park to release her arrested friends, but Chief Park snubs her and leaves. After Chief Park leaves, Chief Kim's men arrest Yu-young and take her in as a suspect. Yu-young's father once was Chief Park's informant before he died. Yu-young showed up and told Chief Park that his informant was her dead father. This made him bring her to South Korea as a transfer student, and he began to take care of her needs. For their investigation, they find out that Yu-young trained at the North Korean Labor Party's special facility to become the spy that she is with the codename Chun, and plotted the overthrow of South Korea. They also find that she had no relation with Chief Park's informant, but she claims they are all lies. As they continue to torture her to admit that everything is true, Chief Park, who has been listening to everything, badges in and asks everyone to leave. Chief Kim asks Chief Park to look through their investigation himself because he is convinced that she is Chun and probably knows who Dong Lim is. Chief Park angrily lands a slap on Yu-young's face and later pins her and whispers to her not to answer any of Chief Kim's questions because that's the only way he can help her get out. At the hospital, Agent Yang wakes up from coma. Chief Kim hears this and asks them to change his room and give him enough security. He then goes there to see Agent Yang, and Chief Park also follows with his men. Unfortunately, a spy kills him before he could say something. Days later, Chief Park's secretary visits him with information, and as usual, Chief Kim's secretary follows her and listens to their conversation. It turns out that Chief Kim and the boss of Jupiter Op, a supply company to the military, are partners, and they decided to stop the president's dictatorship, probably by killing him. Chief Park's secretary then brings out a list of agents who flew to Japan. Chief Park was in Tokyo on May 11, 1983, but not in Osaka on October 15, 1982. She checks the fly-in and out date and finds out that Cha Hyung flew in and didn't fly out. She then begins to ponder on who Cha Hyung is and realizes that she made a passport for Chief Park a year ago for the West Berlin's operation and put that name on it. Realizing the truth about Chief Park, she pulls out her gun to shoot him, but he traps her and strangles her to death. Chief Kim's secretary then calls Chief Kim and informs him that Chief Park is Dong Lim and has killed his secretary because she found out the truth. Chief Park then meets with the laundryman and shows him the South Korean president's travel plan and says he wants to deliver it physically. The laundryman says it isn't possible and leaves. Chief Kim's secretary follows Chief Park when he exits the building. They both get trapped and beaten. These men torture Chief Park and kill Chief Kim's secretary. It is revealed that they are from the North Korean Armed Forces and they plan on making a revolution with war. Chief Park doesn't agree to it. He wants them to do it peacefully and unite the North and the South, but they throw his idea away and sign the papers. Just then, Chief Kim and his men arrive and a shootout begins. Chief Kim notices that Chief Park only wanted peace and tells his men to free him. Chief Kim later meets some of his men and tells them about North Korea's plan to kill the South Korean president. He doesn't plan to stop them. Instead, he wants them to kill him so that the new revolution will begin. Chief Park also meets with Yu Young and tells her to go to Namhee and stay in the Boreum Temple until everything ends. Days later, the chiefs, directors, and agents all head to Bangkok to meet the president for a conference. The North Korean armed forces intend to eliminate the South Korean president as they sing the final line of their anthem. They hide in the forest nearby and wait for the president's arrival. The band confuses the Korean ambassador to Thailand for the president and starts playing the anthem. Chief Kim, who is aware of North Korea's plan, immediately asks them to stop the anthem before the ambassador gets killed. He then whispers into Chief Park's ear that he'll send him wherever he wants to go when it's all over. Soon the president arrives, and when the anthem begins, Chief Park tries to stop them, but they don't, so he runs towards the cars and signals them to stop. They all don't get what's going on until the shootout begins. Chief Park blocked the president's car with another to prevent the bullets from getting to him. Chief Kim sides with the North Koreans and begins to kill the directors and agents who come his way. He then makes it to the president's car and begins to shoot at him continuously. Chief Park notices him and tries to stop him, but he gets shot. The driver moves the president's car and Chief Kim follows. The assassin also gets in the president's car and tries planting an explosive on it, but Chief Park sees him beforehand and shoots him, together with the explosive. Chief Kim speeds up and crushes into the president's car. He pulls the president out and points his gun at him. Just then, a spy presses a button and the whole building explodes. Minutes later, a few people including Chief Park and Kim regain consciousness. They find the president and drive him away. Chief Park tries saving Chief Kim's life, but he dies. Later, Chief Park goes to meet Yu Young. On his way, he remembers his informant's last words. He says that he was sent to watch Chief Park, and now that he is dying, another person will be sent to do that. Yu Young appears and pulls out a gun on Chief Park. Since she couldn't pull the trigger, a man who was seen when Chief Park got captured comes in and finishes Chief Park. Before his death, he hands Yu Young a new passport and tells her to start a new life. The end.